Hey guys, I remember some parts of my childhood. I remember specifics. Like I can remember when I heard the news of Marlon Brando's death. I was at a Burger King across from the Straw Mall, but in the same area. My grandmother and I were ordering something to get from there, and it came on the news. It was pictures. Marlon Brando's The Godfather. It said Marlon Brando. I forget the year he was born, to 2004. Um, but I remember that specifically. I remember the WB store that was in the Rockaway Mall. I miss that place. And I love how it was set up as well. You had Bugs Bunny, my chef Dak, and yeah, Daffy Duck. That's despicable. You had them, the statues of them outside. Inside was all Warner Brothers stuff. Um, there's specifics I remember in my childhood. I remember Studebaker's, which is a restaurant that's still open, and it's a nice restaurant. I remember Perkins, that's for sure. When my great grandmother was alive, when I was a kid, my uncle and great grandmother and I would go to Perkins, and we would normally sit in the smoking section because at the time my great grandmother smoked. This was before she found out she had emphysema. So Perkins had that area as a smoking area until 2002, and then they decided to make that a non-smoking area as well. The reason why I remember these specific parts of my childhood is because I look at America now, and there has been positive change, but there's also been the worst negative change as well. Negative change as in there's no jobs for millennials, no jobs for Americans in general. The minimum wage is a starvation wage, and there's a lot of bad times in America, and there is good times. And like I said, with the Supreme Court ruling, I couldn't be any happier about that. But the point being is, America really needs to create more positive change instead of keep producing negative change along with the positive change. And also, last night on NPR's Facebook page, they had this study up, which really pisses me off. Apparently this study is that how you can tell if someone's gay by the tone of their voice, and this whole gay voice study, you know what, I'm pansexual, I have a masculine voice, I'm not supposed to sound like this. You know why? Because that's not how we sound. And you have some straight guys who do sound like this, and they're straight, they're not gay. But this whole gay voice thing and all that, why do people have these expectations? If someone is labels himself gay, if someone labels himself lesbian, if someone labels himself bisexual, trans, and all that, why do they, like, why is there an expectation for women who are lesbians to have a butch masculine voice? Bea Arthur had a masculine voice. She wasn't a raging lesbian. Cher has a deep voice. She's not a raging lesbian. Joan Rivers, for Christ's sake, had a deep voice. She wasn't a raging lesbian. The point being is, there's no such thing as the gay voice. There's no such thing like that. People are born with different tonal pitches. Liberace, a lot of his close friends knew he was gay. And he fooled the public for a long time until he died that he was gay. And people were fooled very well. And people were like, but you could tell Liberace was gay. I'm sorry, but him being a flamboyant male doesn't if a male is flamboyant, doesn't necessarily make him gay. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It just doesn't necessarily make a male gay. For example, Rock Hudson. Now there's a man's man, like James Bond. Rock Hudson was one of the other guys that every man wanted to be. The tall, dark, and handsome guy. The guy that most women would fall head over heels for. Everybody wanted to be him, and in 1986, he died of AIDS. Yeah, he was gay. If you're just finding out about that now, see what I mean? You can't tell someone's gay based on their voice. You can't tell if someone's gay based on if they're flamboyant or not. You just can't tell. Unless they say, I'm gay, or unless they want to make it really noticeable that they are gay, you just can't tell. See you guys.